Guys, this is my final month in Spain. Um, which doesn't even feel really real to say. Hi guys, welcome back. This week we are discussing Madrid's nightlife. Yay, super exciting. Now, you guys will get to see up close what a night out in Madrid looks like a little bit later, but I didn't film that much when I was out and about because, to be honest, when I'm hanging out with friends, I tend to be more focused on hanging out with them than filming. And even though I went out with the express purpose to film, I still didn't film that much. Whoops, that's on me. Sorry. So you get me rambling again. Lovely. So Madrid's nightlife. What to say about Madrid's nightlife? First of all, Madrid is a city that never sleeps. Nightlife is a very big part of what makes Madrid Madrid, especially if you're younger like I am. Fun fact though, I didn't know about that little detail until after I had already decided I was moving to Madrid and doing this program. So the way that my study abroad program worked out is that before I got over here, I had to take a prep class last semester walking me through the process of getting my visas and just overall preparing me to move abroad. That's where I learned about culture shock and the culture shock process, which inspired me to make this series. You know the drill. And it was there that I first heard that Madrid has a prolific nightlife culture. So that's fun. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. Now, what does a typical Madrid nightlife look like for somebody who has lived here? This is not something I've ever done, mainly because I don't have the energy for it, and that's really not the type of fun that I look for. No shame, though. No shame. Whatever you enjoy, you enjoy. But me personally, I prefer dinners with friends and stuff like that than what a typical night out might look like, which is pre-gaming from, I don't know, 11:30 p.m. to 2, 3 in the morning, and then going out and hitting up a discoteca until 6 in the morning when they force everybody out and take the metro home. Could not be me. I salute you guys doing that much on a night out. In my experience, the first time I ever went out, it was my very first Friday night here in Madrid. Me and a big group of girls decided to go to this discoteca, and it didn't even open until midnight, which is actually really common here in Madrid. So we got there right when it opened. Went there, I stayed for a couple of hours before heading back home, and that was my night. And it was a good time. They played good music, I enjoyed dancing. Overall, the vibes were good. There wasn't really anybody encroaching on your space purposefully, although the dance floor was very crowded. There were a lot of other girls there, so overall I felt like very safe and good time, which is something that I just want to applaud the city of Madrid for. How safe I feel here. I want to get one thing very clear. I would never leave to go to a place at midnight in the United States of America. I feel like that is unfortunately asking for trouble for a long list of reasons. However, Madrid, it's very common to do that. So you'll see videos of Sol and Gran Via and more touristy places at midnight, 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, and it is still hopping with energy. There are plenty of people out on the streets. It is not a ghost town. People are not sleeping. Madrid is a city that never sleeps. And because of that, I feel much safer going out late at night. And of course, I'm always with a group of people. I've always let people know beforehand. You still want to practice your basic safety tools if you're planning on going out. Let people know where you're going. If you have friends that you trust with your location, make sure that they have your location. I'll also tell my parents when I'm going out, just because I like keeping them updated. But when I go out, and that's not that frequent, I don't always hit up discotecas. A lot of the times I'll just offer to go get dinner with my friends, and then maybe we'll go get a drink afterwards. I am, in fact, 18 years old for 2 more days. I turn 19 next week. This week. Crazy. And if you are between the ages of 18 and 21, you're living in America, and then you come and move to Europe, you will know in America you are not allowed to drink. In Europe, you are, and it's fine. In some countries in the EU, you're able to drink even younger than 18. However, my rule of thumb is just one a night for my health's sake, for my safety's sake, and for my wallet's sake. One thing that they told us a lot in that prep class, especially when the topic of nightlife came up, was don't try to keep up with the Europeans because they most likely have been drinking for a lot longer than you. And I realize this video might be more taboo because we're talking about things like discotecas and drinking. So I do have a couple of safety rules in mind. Like I said, of course, I let people know where I'm going. I limit myself to one drink. The moment you feel uncomfortable in a situation, just leave. If you can, just leave. Madrid is a very safe city, and I feel so blessed in that, where if I feel like I'm no longer having a good time and maybe one other person wants to leave and we leave together, then I know that I'm going to be okay. I've been out pretty late before, never until like 6 in the morning, but the 2 times that I have gone out to discotecas with friends, I'll leave at midnight, get there right when it opens, and then we'll leave after a couple of hours, and that's still pretty dang late at night. But we've never been harassed or catcalled, and normally I'm with a big group of girls or a group of girls and guys. If you look up, famous nightlife places in Madrid, you're probably going to see Capital on the list, which is this huge discoteca. It's got several floors, and I went with my boyfriend when he came and visited me, and it was fun. It was all right, but you had to pay to get in, and you had to pay a pretty hefty price. And the music was just okay. It was very crowded, and overall, just not the vibe. So we ended up leaving after like an hour and a half, which is something to keep in mind. If you're someone who gets overwhelmed kind of easily, and if you're someone who doesn't enjoy dancing that much, then these types of places aren't gonna be for you, and that's totally okay. In my humble opinion, I don't think they're completely for me either. So as you'll see later in this video, my night out is normally getting dinner with friends and then going and grabbing a drink and then heading back home, because I don't want to insinuate in this video that the only thing you can do in Madrid at night is clubbing. That is absolutely not the case. Well, yes, discotecas are very common in Madrid. They're nowhere near the only thing you can do. Getting dinner, getting drinks, going to a bar, going tapas hopping, going to a flamenco show, just walking around and seeing what's going on in Sol and Gran Via, because sometimes there's stuff going on. Doing late night souvenir shopping. There are so many other options in the city. Going to football games. My host family will go to those a lot, and they won't come home until pretty late at night. Going to different shows and concerts and events. There is so much nightlife in Madrid. And with that being said, why don't I show you guys how my night a couple weeks ago went? You're on camera. Say hi, Eva. Hello. You guys remember Nathan. It's really, really loud in here. So I'm probably just gonna dub this all over, honestly. We got gyoza. This is mine. Mine and theirs.
Hello vlog.
Hi. This is the nightlife vlog. We're out getting dinner.
Yes, it's 9:18.
Yeah, it's 9:18, and this is what the sky looks like outside. That's crazy to me. Okay, I'm gonna eat with my chopsticks now because there's no way I can eat with chopsticks and film at the same time.
So there's seasoning, it's a little dry, there's some cheese, we have chicken, lettuce.
Nice.
It's good. I'd say like a 7 out of 10.
All of
Perfect.
them are good.
Hi Brady. Brady's here now.
I'm Brady. It's nice to meet you.
They know that, Brady. You've been in another video.
Okay.
I got this. It's like a little penne ice cream thing. There's ice cream inside here, and I got it with strawberries and like a chocolate cake. And yeah, I'm gonna take a bite. It's leaking out of the side.
How is it? Rate it out of 10.
Solid 8 out of 10.
Okay,
8.5.
Is it worth the price?
Yes, this was only €5.60.
Okay.
Which is good.
That's pretty good.
In the US, this would cost you like 7.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
Yep.
Brady got ice cream. We're now walking to Seoul. It's the city center. It's the best place ever. You
Yeah.
get to see
Metro closed.
crazy events. They have all the good stores. Corte Inglés.
When we went there earlier, it was in fact closed down because of a protest thing. Like they closed down the metro.
Yeah.
Police were all around it, but
I know, they
we're
have batons
gonna
and shields
get
and
in there.
helmets out,
Yeah. You guys have seen Seoul in the day. Now you get to see it at night. Ooh, and Plaza Mayor, one of my favorite places in
It's
Spain.
gorgeous. Huge statue. So many restaurants. Good vibes.
Good vibes. Excellent vibes.
And it's nice weather out tonight,
Madrid
so
Centro, excellent vibes. Oh yeah, it's now, what's our time check?
It's 10:30.
10:30. And
Which is actually still pretty early.
as
for
you can
nightlife.
see, yeah, there are plenty of people around us. Just walking around, hanging out. This is honestly traditional Spanish dinner time right now. So, yeah.
Perfect.
He's on a horse. Who is that guy? I don't even really know. Whoops. Oh, also there's like the commemorative plaque over here. Hold on. Lovely. I love Plaza Mayor. I love Plaza Mayor. Oh! Hey guys! Hi! What's up? Anyways, we ran into some friends. This was Rylan and Rosemary. Okay, so a little bit of an update. We're at a bar. I got a pina colada. It looks great. It's like 11:30-ish, and we are literally the only ones here. So, yes, and it's not because this place is obscure. When I say that Madrid party life doesn't begin until midnight, we mean it, because we are literally the only ones here right now.
Well, yeah, midnight if you're trying to dance.
Yeah, midnight if you're trying to dance. If you're going drinking, that starts at what, 2 in the morning?
It starts whenever you want it to start.
Yeah.
My host father starts drinking wine at lunch, so it's like it starts in here.
Okay, it's now closer to midnight, and we're heading out. We're paying. There's still nobody here, so, you know, stuff's early. The cocktail was good. It was 12 euros. I've spent a lot of money tonight, but that's fine. So, yeah, that's a little bit about nightlife in Madrid. First of all, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Subscribe to the channel. Next week, we are going to be discussing a little bit about language. I'm going to give you guys some language tips that you might need if you ever come out to Spain and Madrid. So we'll finally be back on track scheduling-wise next week, which is very, very, very exciting. We've only got 3 more videos coming out in this Falling in Love with Madrid series, and then I'm going to be back in the United States. So thank you guys for all the love that you've been giving this channel. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys next week. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.